anywhere or something, it will just use then.
Text. Yeah.
It's a very short. I doubt it will take much to code it in. So since it will just be overriding the default, it will just be overriding the code that's in place that says it just uses the close quarters outfit. True.
I mean, it's not almost no resources. They're devoting no resources. The last.
He has done it before, so yes.
Okay. Yeah, I believe you. You don't need to show me then. I was just curious if it was like the zone actually started at the gate and you had to go through it. But that's much better, I'm glad. Go back to whatever you were doing. No, I mean, I figured it would because you can jump out. I saw someone jump out before. I just wanted to know about jumping in.
Rappy! There's a Rappy!
Yeah.
I like the new models.
Burn him, burn him, burn him. Do you have fire techs? He can catch on fire. Chicken nuggets. Get them tendies. That's a full candy right there. Oh, hold on one sec. I wanna watch Rock.
Yeah, looks back.
Rappy. Hold on. Oh, he's bouncing up. Oh, that looks so bad. He like flew into the sky. Alright, I'm coming to your stream now, Skyline. Oh, hey. Hey. Can you record this? Oh, you are recording this? Go to the bridge, like the actual entrance. I want to, I want to see. That absolutely looks like a complete desert. What's to the right here? Yeah. Can you get higher? I want to see if you can see beyond this initial wall. There's like a, there's like a wall here. What's in the distance?
Okay, I'm just curious. Can I have Battle and Wonderworld look decent with anti-aliasing if I enable TAA along with FXAA? I'm just curious what happens then. Because it doesn't support FXAA by default, but it does support TAA, but the TAA implementation is broken. So I'm wondering, does it look better if I enable it both?
Yeah, I don't know. So, Skylark, it looks like the further in, it does lose this grassiness that's here. So maybe this grassy part is like the edge of the border. You know what I mean? Like the border between the forest and the desert. I don't know, but there is. Sorry, just one last thing. Those white things, obviously machine parts. So definitely. Sorry, you wanted to
It does
talk?
clean it up. Quite a lot.
The combat. Like, is it better than PSO2 or the same?
Yeah,
I
would
wonder
say...
if... Sorry.
No, you go on. I've been talking too much.
I wonder if playing like a ranged class will feel more like a third-person shooter in that game than it does in PSO2.
I believe it will. I'm not actually playing, but yeah, I've been watching him this whole time, and there's a lot of stuff. Specifically, mobility is massively increased. But even simple things for every single class, there's now that hero counter, where you dodge through an attack.
No, I don't. I don't play hero. I only play Tekker and Atoll, or however it's pronounced.
Okay, so yeah, so the hero counter and phantom counter is if you dodge through a skill, if you dodge through an enemy attack as it's happening, so you avoid the damage, it actually confirms that you avoided damage and will boost your next attack to deal extra damage. Nice. So all classes have that now.
It looks really beautiful. Did people in the beta get to transfer their characters from the main game over, or how did that work? So I'll get to keep my bunny goddess then. That's good news. Oh, I'm just excited that I'll get to still be my bunny goddess. Yeah.
Hey, Skylark, quick question. That bridge, you see the bridge going into the volcano area? Can you get there? Or is that completely blocked off? That whole upper region. Yeah.
I wonder if this new thingy will rival Bullet Protocol.
Sorry, what was that last part you said?
I'm curious if the new Genesis will rival Blue Protocol.
Oh. Yeah.
I wouldn't compare Genshin Impact to that though, because it's not really cooperative. Like, it can be, but it's not, like...
Yeah.
That's what I was saying, Blue Protocol.
Yeah, I don't know. I only remember... Did Blue Protocol ever release more information? It's still in, like, closed...
There's a lot of gameplay and stuff released, so you can, like, watch people... Like, Cry, I've played a lot of it and stuff, so there's a lot of information about how it is. And it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of interesting systems and dungeons and stuff. Like, for example, the enemies will actually actively use tactics against you. For example, the if an enemy has a shield and one has a wand and is a mage, the one with the shield will actively try to protect the one with the wand from taking damage. So like things like that, like the Holy Trinity is on the enemy's team. The players don't get the Holy Trinity, but the enemies actually have a system that works around the Holy Trinity where they actually try to work together to fight against you.
Yeah.
Which is pretty interesting. It's not in every dungeon, I believe, and it's more noticeable when you're in small groups and not big groups. Because when you're in big groups, you just kind of steamroll everything.
Yeah.
But I think that's how, then again, like, PSO2 is kind of similar in that sense where, like, early game and so on, you can steamroll a lot of content. And to me, at least, it's only fun when you start getting into hard content. That's my...
There's nothing hard. Well, there's difficult enemies, but it's not the same.
I did my first hard quest today. I did, well, me and my partner, we did a time attack super hard, the den or whatever it's called, and it was pretty difficult, and we died and had to fail many times and had to keep doing it. I'm sure if we had a bigger group or whatever, or if we were over leveled, it would have been easy. But I enjoyed it because it was a challenge. Both of us could get two-shotted, so we had to be really, really on our feet and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other... Sorry. Go on.
Sorry. I just really like challenge in games, and that's one of the biggest issues with PSO2 is a lot of the content seems mind-numbingly easy to grind. At least where I'm at currently.
Yeah, a lot of it is outdated. Like, all the... when you look at stuff like even that quest that you were talking about, that was something people used to farm a lot, and at that time it was more challenging. Over time, they have done subtle tweaks to both classes and just the underlying mechanics of the game that made it slightly easier, as well as, even the lowest level weapons got changed at one point, so there's like a major increase in power across the board.
That's what I don't like about PS2. I hate the early game because it's just so easy. Like, I keep having friends who want to join me in the game and stuff, and I want to help them, but I just find it so numbing to go through like the beginning missions and stuff with them and just kill everything in one shot. It's just thing.
I feel your pain whenever there are people very low level that want to level up.
I do help them though. I usually buy new players like a 1 mil outfit so they don't have to wear that stupid beginner gear. But that's about it. That's the most I do now. Yeah. I'm just like, no. I'll get you a Nox weapon, I'll get you a Val weapon, and I'll get you an outfit. But as for leveling and stuff, that's you. I can guide you to coffee and I can guide you to Affin. You're on your own after that. Because I'm not...
Yeah.
I've actually met people who are like level 50 and didn't have a mag or a subclass yet. Because it didn't know about doing Affin stuff and it didn't know about coffee.
Yeah, it's weird. A lot of people ignore the mission thing.
Yeah, they just run expedition after expedition after expedition, and then that's it. And they miss so much.
Yeah, I remember when it came to... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I remember when it came to Windows Store, and I checked out a couple people that had just picked it up and were streaming. There was a guy who had grinded to like level 70, and he had never talked to Affin.
I think that's part of the problem is I don't understand why the main quests are listed as limited time, recommended expedition, and bonus quest. When and subquests are listed as busters, arcs, time attacks, and stuff like. I thought the arcs quest should have been listed as main. Like it really confuses me why they did that.
Yeah, they used to have it sorted differently, but then they changed it. Part of the
grind expeditions because they don't know that that's not no.
Well, there was a time where expeditions were like what you wanted to do. Yeah. It's just the game has gone like it just has bloat, right? game's 8 years old. So many things have changed. Like if you go to Terra right now and you play it, it's like as you're going through the low-level areas, it also feels like shit. You just one-shot everything.
I play Final Fantasy 14. I play Guild Wars 2. I play Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah.
I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I
you
get
got
that.
it. You get it.
My thing is just, I think that like having more guidance for the beginning would be very helpful for new players, so that they can because there's no indication. Like again, I think it pops up and tells you to talk to Afin, but there's no like, I don't know. When you go to the main story,
arc mission.
it doesn't tell
Hey,
you.
I recognize this place. This is from the first combat reveal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's funny. Apparently, if you ever were to clip through the floor, you would just end up back in the main hub.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking.
There is a bug, though. Somebody clipped through the floor and warped back to the main hub at the same time, and it put him below the main hub. He was clipped through the ground, and he actually was like running around in void space for a bit, and he accidentally clipped into what looks to be like the HQ main office, because it exists in the world since the world's all seamless, right? No loading.
Yeah.
But we don't have access to it because all the story quests are locked.
Okay.
Whoa! Those trees
My biggest
glowing.
concern. That's really awesome. My biggest concern was that New Genesis was going to be like Warframe when it got its open world, where it's like, oh, cool, no one cares. You know what I mean? That's my biggest concern, but it looks like it's actually more than that, which makes me a little happy. That was my biggest concern.
I am glad that the devs actually did think ahead of time, but if collision errors were to occur.
Well, like, okay, in Warframe, what's it called?
The open world area?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of it either. So
It's
if
more
you
like
mention
a niche thingy that's there if you want it, and it's used for grinding every once in a while, but it's not really, you know, it's all fleshed out. And that's my biggest concern with PSO2. Is it going to be like Warframe, where it's like, oh, hey, it's open world. Who cares? You know what I mean? Or if it's actually more developed and more fleshed out than that. So far, it looks like it's more fleshed out, which is great, but that was
what I'd say, at least in this beta, is there's very little instance content, and almost none of it has any point to grinding it, except for the urgent quest, which only comes around once or twice a day so far, so it's not really like something you're gonna farm. You're farming in the
How do urgent quests work in
what are the urgent quests? What are the urgent quests like?
So the
like, do you just go to the quest counter and then activate it, and you get warped towards it or something?
No. Yeah. That, or you can go to the... So all the urgent quests take place at a location within the open world. However, it's an instanced version of that location. So where he is right now is actually pretty close to where it is. It always appears up on this hill. Where he's pointing his cursor right now. That is where it spawns. And so you can access it directly from the world map and just immediately go into the instance version, or you can go there in the world and a prompt pops up that you can teleport into it as well.
Okay.
And so what's cool about that...
done.
Yeah, so that already sounds cool, but what's even cooler about that is this is also where a lot of people are farming right now. So I was watching... all these Japanese players are running around farming this place over and over again, right? And the urgent announcement popped up, and so they all stopped in place and just started having like a little picnic camping party. Somebody took out like there's one emote where you put down like a blanket and you sit on the grounds. There's one emote where he had like a tub of water, and another guy put fire near it, and then they had an emote with a crab and a shrimp. They're like literally making a picnic, waiting for the urgent. Like like when everybody gets like crazy in the lobby of PSO2 before an urgent. But like,
it's actually
imagine,
really cool.
Yeah, and the fact that it's like it's not just in a lobby, right, where like everyone would be. It's like they're out on the field hunting, and then just in the middle of it, everybody goes, "Oh wait, the thing's coming up. Let's all hang out and party." Like, it gave me big. Have you ever played Ragnarok Online back in its heyday?
No. I never played it at all.
I know what you mean, and I like that the urgent quests. Like, I already like the urgent quests to kind of like more than just urgent quests. They're an actual whole event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like people go to the place where it is. It's not just select the quest off the counter. It's like actually a thing happening in the world, even though it's technically in an instance. But also, even within the world itself, the sky goes red and there's like pulsing and there's this big beam. So it's like, here's this thing happening in the world. You're like, whoa! Like even from far away, it's very stunning to look at. It's like, something is happening, something important and big.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was going to say about Ragnarok Online 2, or Ragnarok Online, or if early World of Warcraft, you see it actually, I see it in Final Fantasy when like a new expansion comes out. People like hang out in front of dungeons and like party because they're like looking for groups and stuff. You know? Back before like Party Finder really picked up, especially, you used to see that in MMOs. People just like hang out in front of dungeons, and there's a lot of socializing that as soon as they put in like group finders and stuff, a little bit of that is lost, but some of it still winds up being retained, especially on new expansions. Yeah, I don't want to just sit in town all day, but I also like to socialize here and there. It's cool to see people just
I guess these balls are there just because of the beta.
Some of them aren't. Some of them are going to permanently be there. This one looks like so this one has this like diagonal lines.
Yeah.
There's other ones we see which go down to like pits and stuff. They don't have diagonal lines. They just have this like blue sort of mist behind them. And so I'm assuming the blue mist means that's just a restricted area. We'll never go there. But I think the ones with these diagonal lines are just, this is...
Sounds like the areas with the mist are actually just literally blank space where they could potentially add in new areas over time.
It's not blank areas. There's when I say blue mist, I mean only when you approach it does a blue mist appear. It's like a field, right, of blue in front of you, like a force field. But when you're looking at it, it's like, so the area to the tundra, there's a bridge. The bridge has these diagonal lines, but next to the bridge there's a cliff that goes into the ocean, and that has the blue mist. Like, that's obviously never going to be anything. It's ocean. It's dead space, right? I mean, they could potentially put something there, but there's no land. But there's a lot of places where there is land that you just can't go into. Yeah. Or if you could go down there and not die, you'd be in the water and you'd have to swim halfway around the island to get back on land. Like, it's, like either death or a fucking nightmare of a travel. Like, I've had MMOs that let you do that. You fall off a cliff and then you gotta swim halfway around the continent to get back on.
Yeah. So something that's still bothering me is how if they were to add completely new areas you can explore, how would they do it?
They just make new zones you'd go to.
Yeah. So right now
they'll just expand the already existing map.
Yeah. So the map is huge. If you look, can you pull it up again, Skylar?
I think, like I said, they would do it kind of how like
Just sorry to interrupt you, but just the blue part is what is accessible, and all these black parts are inaccessible right now. So we're saying the black parts are going to open up, and they have they have things there. Like when you look at them, you can see. So this black part to the north of where he is, that's like the forest. On the right of that is the volcano. No, the right of it. Yeah, that's the volcano. And then there below it is a base. There's some sort of destroyed base. And then this thing to the right looks like the plains or desert or whatever that is. Yeah, some sort of canyon. It's got a lot of machine parts, which is why I say desert.
Yeah,
like
but if they were,
Lilliput.
but like seems to be just comprised of the episode 1, 2, and 3 stuff.
Yeah, there's a tundra as well, which is probably
that's what I mean. Like, but if they were to do something like expand the world to have areas that are similar to stuff like episode 4 and 5 and 6.
Yeah, well, also if you look, so where the volcano is, that's that black circle at the top. Yeah. If you look, there is more stuff going up to the north there that we can't even look at. So there might be more continents. This is just one.
Maybe they'll just, if something like episode 4, 5, and 6 content were to ever happen, then most likely what would happen then is either they'll update the entire main map, which is a lot of work because then they need to make it work seamlessly.
Well, now that I think about it though,
or they make it so you have space travel again and you just go to entirely different worlds.
I really don't think they're going to do space travel. Just because of there's a lot of hints that it's going to be one planet. Possibly, who knows? Right? There's actually a really prominent moon. I don't know if you could see it in the sky right now, but in a lot of the screenshots, like look how huge that moon is. It's massive.
The moon from Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but we also have this big floating. Look, there's like a big floating. It looks like a ball.
Yeah, you can also see more planets. Like next to the moon, there's another planet.
Yeah, there is. There's like another second moon on the right side of the moon.
Yeah, like honestly, considering the space travel thing of the PSO2, I wouldn't be surprised that if they were to actually add new huge amounts of new areas. Like a major area, for example, that they would update it as a space travel thing, like that you would go to a completely different world.
They could. I personally hope that they don't, though, if I'm going to be honest. I like the idea of actually having a full planet and being able to explore.
Yeah, but you're forgetting something. It's all loaded seamlessly. How much more does it need to load if you're going to end up adding more to the already existing map? There's going to be a limit.
It unloads things in chunks. That's not... It doesn't work quite that way.
Yeah. Or, they could also... Actually, you know what they could also do? Just make it a completely different continent on the world you're already on. Like...
That too.
Just make it so you travel by ship or plane.
Hey, what's on that peninsula there? Where that thing is. That looks interesting. Have you been over there before?
I see a bird.
Yeah. It's like a raised, whatever. Yeah. This is like an interesting little section. Huh.
Is that the Bright Rock from Lion King?
It was kind of going down. It's like a reverse project.
Like the way the rock is kind of angled there. It kind of looks like the Bright Rock area from the Lion King.
Right side? Yeah. This thing that he's on now? Yeah, a little bit. Hey, yeah. Another ARX camp. Is there another one of those beacons that gives you an item? No. Guess not. Camping. Perfect screenshot.
I remember you actually doing a action that looks like the camping emote, but but you used to put stuff in the fire or something, and that costed something.
No, he's just doing an emote. Doesn't. Yeah.
Maybe later on they'll make it interactable, like give it the seat option.
I don't think they need to though. It's something you like look at once and then pass by. It's not worth the resources to do.
Well, it's just a sitting emote when with your character snapped onto it.
Yeah. So he can actually just do it. He could just do
Speaking of, how on earth are people getting that emote nowadays in the global version? Because I can't find it.
It's
for a decent price.
It was on one of the super early scratches, and it has never come back. It was before.
It needs to come back. It needs to come back.
It was when you needed to play on the Xbox console. You couldn't.
Yeah. Okay, that emote needs to come back in the throwback pack or something, because
they've really kind of screwed people who didn't get into the early access Xbox only.
And they should have actually realized that that is it's a bad idea to lock people out, because there aren't many people that have the stuff from these AZ scratches.
But some people like that more. Well,
no, it's about the right size. It's about the right size. It's about the same size as the normal chairs in PSO2.
That's true. Remember, like, most people that make, like, quote-unquote average-sized characters are actually kind of small in PSO2. What, you're not, like, anywhere near height cap, right? You're 150? What's the max?
200 or something.
170? Oh, so you're not that far off, actually. Did you get stuck?
Yeah, I think I made my Majima character 180 or something, 180 meters. Or something, or 180 centimeters, which is like 1 meter 80, which is 5'11".
Yeah, 5'11" short.
And my main character is 155. Like,
but then again, the game's made in Japan, so.
Yeah, true. Still though, Goro Majima is an old man. He has who is also ridiculously strong. So
yeah,
it makes sense he has a big body.
You're trying to get up there. Nice. Even more.
Speaking of, I hope that they re-release the Yakuza items or all the Sega Legacy items in that remake them.
I'm pretty sure they'll at least bring back the PSO2 versions. What is that?
Because getting a Majima face down, like what I have made so far, that was the closest I could possibly get, and even then it's looking still a bit off.
So hot.
Sit down 2 is what? What's
that
the reference on
Tundra,
that?
That Tundra is such a good, like, it looks so cool. Huh? It's not just the mountain. It's like the angle of those, the cliffs like jutting up.
It looks like that ice area in Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah, it's like very dynamic. I like it.
Speaking of, I wouldn't be surprised if the Phantasy Star Online devs actually took some cues from the way Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition looked.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people
and by that extension, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah. So what I was
speaking of, Xenoblade Chronicles X really needs to be re-released because it came out on a console that no one bought.
Yeah. So what I was going to say before, you were talking about how they would have to have another planet or another continent, but actually, there's a lot of things. If you look back in PSO history, actually specifically original PSO and a little bit in PSO2, a lot of stuff is underground or up in the like floating like we have Floating Continent and Dragon Altar, but we also have Abandoned Mines. And in PSO, the original PSO, you had like your forest area, and then you went into caves, which were like volcanic caves that were below the forest area, and then there was a mine that was under that or near that, and then the ruins, which was underneath everything where Dark Falls was. So
okay.
It was like after the first forest area, you were always underground. So there's a lot, and actually there's already kind of hints of that where we were looking at the place he was before. There was where the Urgent spawns in. There's like these giant, it looks like structures built by dolls or possibly like crashed ships. Actually, what I think it is so they've shown dolls that, like right now we have the fouls boosts that on certain enemies. Oh wow, red chest.
I think that's the rock no one was... Yeah, that's the same rock no one was on.
Yeah, this is
the same rock in the first trailer.
Yeah, this is where
Ash was giving that stupid grin.
If you look
This is the exact same rock.
Yeah, if you look down at the city from here.
Yeah, I like how they actually just I like how they just put that area from the trailer just in the main game.
Yeah. Look at that volcano, man. Like, I don't know, man. Wait, what's that blue? Is that the sun? Or the moon? Moon setting? But yeah, the volcano and the tundra, like, it's such a good shot from here. Yeah, whatever this purple area is. I wonder if they're going to put different enemies there. Right now, it's just all like... generic dolls and gulfs, isn't it? The wolf enemies and banther. There's also like a little coast thing down here. If you look down below you. Yeah. It's a little bit, not really if it's going to be its own thing. There might be an underwater facility as well. It was one of those.
Now that I think about it, the way now that I think about it, about the PSO2 cutscene stuff, like the first PSO2 cutscenes, versus the default with the hand models, that would make much sense because then the same rule would apply to the old emotes. So it's not because of the rigging. I think there might be something else. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Something I have actually noticed though is that even in the old PSO2, the face models are way higher poly than the body model. I can tell that, if I can tell from the screenshot I made of my own character.
Before he moves on from the place, can you turn to the right for a second, just real quick, while you're still floating down? Can you take a screenshot of that island there? It looks weird to me.
Isn't that the beach they actually showcased in the first stream or something?
Yeah. Can you take another picture? Okay, thanks.
Actually, how is swimming like in... Oh, you can't even go to an area where you can't swim.
There's swimming. You can go... There's water in the town. You just sort of... It's just sort of moving through water. There's not really anything...
Yeah.
...to it. You can't dive or do anything in it.
I can see them actually slightly expanding the beach area, though.
Can you not go into that purple area? I thought you could.
I think that... Well, I'm pretty sure it's...
No, he's in it. It's just like parts of it that are locked off. Yeah, as you go towards the beach. Yeah, as soon as you hit the black barrier on the mini map.
I think that's just because it's not done. They're not done with development there yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do know they went there in this live stream, so that isn't gonna be an area you can go to in the full game.
They didn't go there with a character. There was a cutscene shot. Yeah.
Oh no, they meant it was a live stream where they actually showcased the game.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Yeah, when they showed off swimming the first time, they showed him on a beach.
Yeah, and it was that beach right there, and ooh, that shadow loading. I saw that.
It could be a,
The shadows loaded
similar
in.
looking beach somewhere else, but I think you're right. I think that does kind of look like it, but it could have been somewhere else. But also remember, if they're showing off stuff in like a stream, it could be in developer mode, and you can go out of bounds. So.
No, I think that's actually an area you can go to in the full game. I think that's an action because the way it's being blocked off, it's very much like how the demo would block off stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't have the blue barrier. So I agree. It probably will be. I'm just saying, keep in mind, it could also have been a developer.
Yeah.
You know.
And I'm gonna assume that this area here you're walking right now, Skylark, is basically based off of blossom trees or something, cherry blossom trees.
Yeah, it kind of does look like Haruka-tan, right? Like the cherry blossom stuff. I mean, not the structures, obviously, but what's
Do you
also
think that Haruka-tan like area would be in the full game?
I mean, this kind of looks like it. Although there is an interesting thing down here. These structures here, I wonder what they are. I wonder if they're like built by the arcs or not. Like if you look down at these buildings, do they? I guess they kind of have an arcs feel to them.
Can you go to them, or is it blocked off?
You can go. Yeah, this area is all accessible. This like waterfall area.
Actually, what about the water area? What's down there then? If you can go there.
Yeah, it's a bunch of pools, and there's a lot of those wolf enemies from PSO2 and the Banshee Banther. There's some secret caves underneath that have like red chests sometimes. What the fuck?
Someone was some monster like being rude.
Like, no pictures for you. No, I'm just tired. Yeah, see, like, this is definitely supposed to be like Haruka-tan. Look, there's like sakura blossoms falling down. I'm not saying like this is Haruka-tan. I'm just saying it's like that Japanese.
It's like a similar area.
Japanese.
It's just not. There's just no town.
It's like Japanese sakura. Huh? Maybe because what you're standing on doesn't technically count as a floor. I don't know.
But rare drop.
Actually, it looks like you just got like 10 items. I think they were fighting a boss, so maybe you were in like an emergency trial, and maybe it disables the camera stuff. That could be it, but that's client side, isn't it? I don't see why it would stop you from. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, look at those like cherry blossom petals just falling around. Yeah, this definitely gives me Haruka-tan vibes. It's also got the yellow grass, which is kind of, you know, in the background of the what's it, the nightfall. Like, not the platforms you stand on, that's like some sort of palace thing, but like the backgrounds kind of looks like this. Reminds me of that.
Actually, hold up. I think that's the beach area they showed off in the stream then.
Yeah, they can go anywhere. There's a lot of beach areas and they look very similar. That's all I'm going to say. Is like,
yeah, but it's possible it's also this one.
Yeah, there's definitely beach areas you can access and you can swim. It's just you can't do anything, right? You can't like cast any techniques or use your weapon.
Yeah. So. Which is a bit of a shame because it would have been nice if you could go to something like the seabed area. In
I mean, there might still be some sort of seabed area.
Actually, you can just go into your PSO2 swimsuit, right?
Can you do the surf emote? You have the NGS body on.
I think you need to be on land.
Maybe.
I think you need to be on land, man.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Can you change body type here?
Try going on land first. Like maybe it needs to reload your model and can't go into the swimming animation at the start. It's possible as that.
So you can't change into any of those base words?
Yeah, check when you go on land first. Like go to land.
Do you have your PSO2 costume on you in your inventory? Because those still take up inventory slots, right? Did you bank it? Yeah. Yeah, take out whatever.
Why do you have so many weapons?
I know how much you require for potential upgrade for the level 3.
Oh, you're doing it now?
I could to level 2, but I don't have the...
Oh, it's on chunks?
Yeah, that thing is very difficult to get right now, because...
Okay, so you can go in that. Meaning... Yeah, you might need to go on land first. Well, check out first and then you'll see.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with him that there's a possibility it might require that you be on dry land. It's a dumb requirement, but I've seen that in other games, and that's why I mention it. Can you photon glide? Can you... Doesn't seem to be making it go all that faster, though. Still can't change. Can you put on your PSO2 costume? Oh. So you can switch between the PSO2 and NGS. NGS parts. That's a little lame. Well, actually, if you just open up your menu again real quick to that, there is there's a couple options here grayed out. The first one is My Fashion, so maybe that's where you save like your saved looks. So maybe that
ensembles, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that'll allow you to. Yeah. I think they'll fix that. I think they'll allow you to change it more freely. Oh, this is an interesting area. This looks more like the canyon or desert or whatever, right? You're on that edge? Yeah, you're on the edge of this. Oh, you can sort of go in it a little, huh? Oh, no, actually, no, this isn't... Sorry, this isn't canyon. I know where this is now. I'm looking at the map. This is Magna Mallow Mountain.
Actually, now that I think about it, do you have Nagisa's swimwear? Like, that's an outfit in PSO2, so Since you can't switch into the outfits just fine, do you have Nagasas? Swimwear? Like that's like a normal bikini with like you could get it from the Mission Pass shop in Global, so
yeah. Yeah, but yeah.
it's like that bikini with the frilly stuff on the sides. Yeah, okay. But I'm just describing how it looked like.
Wait, what?
He tried outerwear, but it doesn't work.
Oh.
But the Nagasa swimwear is just an outfit, so.
Yeah, that's the canyon area ahead of you. Actually, the place to your left is the mountain, where the tower is. Yeah. That lightning striking is cool, though. Close to it. You'd have to be pretty close, even in the ocean. If there is the decay, especially because salt water actually isn't as conductive. Mm-hmm. Can you swim around it? I wonder. Hey, look at that in the distance. Is that a tower? Hit a hard wall. Do you see that?
Yeah, but there is indeed a tower there. There's indeed a tower there.
On the right?
It's the Tower of Doom!
Yeah. Well, no, I imagine this barrier will be here, but when you get to the canyon region, there's probably a way. You know, like you go around, not through. You know what I mean? I think they're too busy grinding. They don't. Probably not looking all that cllose. That's a lot.
I think they'll just realize you're just exploring because this is an entire new world. You're new to the game. Everyone's new to the game. There's someone to explore.
I can't wait now. Yeah. Yeah. Well, those waterfalls on the left there, it looks real nice.
Gonna go eat.
Yeah, it's weird. I wonder if they'll do anything about that. Like give you like a photon swim. You know, it's like you have the dash. Why don't you have fucking? I think that swim they just barely implemented it, so they're like, yeah, here you can swim. Can't do anything. There's no reason to do it, but here you go. Nothing's happening now. Right now, it's nothing. It's a waste of time. Oh, hey. What? Wait. Sari? Wait, what is that? Shido Sari? Is that a fish? Can you go to your...
Which one?
your inventory. Yeah, I want to see what the picture looks like. So that's good, man. Capsules don't go in material storage anyway. I don't think. Oh, maybe they do now. They're in the material tab, huh? Hey, hold on one second. That looks like a Wopal enemy. Look at that. You see that? He's got like I mean, obviously the purple and blue, but also like the bioluminescence to it. It looks like specifically I'm thinking of the a little bit like the hermit crab things, but also the things that come up and eat the Wopal natives. I love the fucking udons that are doing squats with the boulders. They're getting their gains in. It's hilarious. Here. Yeah, and there's the back of the destroyed base. Yeah. Oh, can you go up on that glide? Can you get up high? You get like a... Oh yeah, that's a nice view, huh? We're getting a full view of this shit. Yeah, it's like something. Interesting. Oh, can you get up on that cliff maybe and get like a different angle? Oh, there's another one there. Oh, even better. You can get boosted way above the cliff. So in the trailers, though, there was a tower, like either right in front of or right next to this. Oh, hey, it's a drop pod. An emergency trial is going to spawn where it lands, and you get a bunch of items if you do it. Yeah, pretty much. So did you look? Can you look back at the base for a second? Now I just wanted to see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really look like there's anything really there. I think it's going to wind up being like a story thing. Like some sort of story event's going to be there. Because those look like dolls. These things that are pierced into the ground. It looks like it's ships or something landed and probably released dolls. That'll be cool. It'll be like a full dedicated dolls area, maybe. But yeah, all the early trailers actually showed a tower next to this, so I think that they removed the tower. I wonder if it's going to come back, and you know that'll be like the second dungeon. Because right now we only have that one tower, but I mean, it's only really for the 2 skill points, and then you don't ever have to do it again, which is kind of disappointing. But I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that as well. Yeah. Well, actually, you have, what, 200,000 AC? If, 20,000? Oh, it's just the scratch? Hey, there you go, premium. What else do they have in there? Anything? Just the premium? No, I'm saying the other tabs. Oh, that's your history, I guess. And then the other thing was just the one scratch, right? The other option on that menu. Yeah. There's a couple things that I want to test out on classes, but it's like I don't want to go through that right now. I'll just wait till the next beta and hopefully I'll get in. Yeah, I don't think they'll add too much. The only thing I really want to see, like, really want to see. Oh, that's another thing. Hey, look at the right ahead of you. You see there's like in front of the town, the road is kind of like a crater, and if you look up at that hole, there's like a hole there, like something crashed down into it and created this line here. You see that? Hold on, I'll just take a screenshot. Look up a sec. A little bit more to the left. Yeah, hold on. I'll DM you what I mean. Sorry, actually, I'm gonna need to DM you twice. A regular picture, and I'm gonna need to do a markup. I forgot to. Just copied it to my clipboard. It's not quite fully captured in the picture, but like that kind of shape. You look at that real quick. Yeah, if you look back at it, there's like a furrow in the ground. Yeah, I don't know if it's natural or something was like destroyed there, because that circle shape is weird. No, I don't, but I also look to the sides where, sorry, to the right of you, where we have the tundra. Yeah. Like, if you look at the rock formations on the tundra, those aren't natural looking either. You know? Yeah. Potentially. Could be a couple of different things. Could be like, I don't know, skeleton of some giant boss that was killed in PSO2, or like it could be anything, right? But it does look weird. It's not like at least on Earth, there's not a whole lot of rock formations that are like that. I think there are a few though, actually, because there's like those weird. You ever see those things in Ireland? And there are these stone formations that pop up that are natural hexagons. So it looks like a bunch of tiles. They're like perfect hexagons. And they like, I don't know, they're kind of like jutting out of the ground. It's weird, but really cool looking. It almost looks unnatural, but it's actually weirdly just, you know, mathematical whatevers. I wonder if there's not something under this swamp too, because like, oh, interesting. Oh wow, I never noticed that the cocoons like open up when you approach them. Like if you go back, that door wasn't there. It's gonna close again. Maybe a little bit further. Yeah, there it goes. Look at that. That's fucking rad. Oh, it's all the little touches. Yeah. Oh, you've been recording this whole time? Yeah. Yeah. This is pretty much where you started. I like that these trees, so I noticed these blue